everybody. My name's Tripp. My daughter has had ME since she was 14 and she's now 21. So I've been involved in this roller coaster that is ME for a long time. I used to do some work with ME Action, and I also organised Millions Missing myself in Southampton 2 years running. So I know how difficult it is to put on an event like this, and I just want to say a very big thank you to Denise and all the team for doing it. I feel her pain. So I'm here today to talk to you about Decode ME, which is actual real research happening right now in the UK for people with ME. I'm part of the Patient and Public Involvement Steering Group, which we also call PPI. And PPI means people with ME. It means that people with ME are involved in this study, and they are represented in this study by people with lived experience of this condition. And this lived experience is either by having ME themselves or by looking after someone with ME, like I've done for 7 years, or by being involved with one of the ME charities. So what I want to talk to you today is about two things. I want to tell you what Decode ME is, and I also want to tell you what you can do to support this study. So Decode ME is a partnership between 3 bodies. We've got the University of Edinburgh, we've got Action for ME, and the third group is people with ME, because this is what PPI is. So, thank you. Oh, maybe I should restart. Okay, right, so it's funded by the Medical Research Council and the National Institute for Health Research. And in September 2020, 2 years ago, we received £3.2 million of funding to analyse the DNA of 25,000 people with ME. And as Denise said, this makes it the largest DNA study in the world for ME. I feel like you're clapping me, but you're clapping the study, aren't you? So the clue about what we're trying to do is in the name. We are trying to decode ME. We are trying to find out what's different in people with ME and why one day they got ill and they never recovered. So what we'll be doing is we will be looking for significant genetic differences between people with ME and comparing them with healthy controls, because that's going to give us a clue as to what's going wrong for people with ME at a biological level. And this is the important bit. Decode ME is biomedical research, and this is what we've been asking for years, and this is what we're all asking for today at Millions Missing. And what we want this study to uncover is not just the causes of ME, but also to give future researchers a direction where to focus their research. For example, if the results point towards problems in the nervous system, or the immune system, or mitochondria, then researchers in those fields will be able to ask for more funding to research those areas themselves. And the reason that DNA difference is significant is because your DNA doesn't change. The DNA that you will have now is the DNA that you were born with. DNA shows a biological cause. So no one can tell you that your DNA as a person with ME is because of what you believe, or because you want to reap these so-called secondary gains of ME. And even more importantly, for me, it shows that you didn't do anything to cause having ME, which I think is what we all really want to be told. So, I could talk for a long time about this study, what we're trying to do, and what it means. But what I'm here today to do is to tell you all what you can do. Because we're a small team, and we need all of you on board with us. So, the first thing that you need to know is that this study is open to people who are aged 16 or over, who have a diagnosis of ME, CFS, chronic fatigue syndrome, ME-CFS, CFS-ME, any other combination that you can think of from a health professional. And you need to live in the UK, because we are using our healthy controls from the UK Biobank, and we need to match these as much as we can. So we really do need people from the UK. And the first thing that you need to do, if you meet those 3 criteria, is you need to go to the Decode ME website and you need to sign up. Now, over the past 2 years, we've had thousands and thousands and thousands of you registering for updates on the study. But you now need to go back to the website and you need to sign up. This has caused some confusion, and if you're not sure if you've already signed up for the study, go to the website and try and sign up, because it will tell you if you have already done it. It won't let you sign up twice. Then you need to fill in a questionnaire, and again, you'll know if you've done this because it goes into a lot of detail about your symptoms. This questionnaire is really exciting. We are so excited about this in the study, because by filling this in, we are collecting information on symptoms and how ME affects people's lives day to day. And we will have literally tens of thousands of these questionnaires. And this is going to give us some really valuable information about how ME affects everybody, and it will hopefully lead to better service provision and more specific research. And we've also made sure that this questionnaire, although it asks lots of questions, it wants lots of information, that you can take as long as you like filling in this questionnaire. This is where it helps to have people with lived experience involved in the study. We know you can't sit there for 30 minutes and fill out a questionnaire in one go. So you can do it in short bursts, and it will automatically save your answers. If you can't do it online, we will send you a paper pack. If you can't do it that way, you can do it over the phone, because we've linked up with the 25% ME group, who will be able to support people who have additional needs to complete this questionnaire. And then, having done all that, some of you will then be asked to donate a saliva sample, and this is where we will get your DNA from. We'll send you a spit kit, and you'll have to spit into a tube and collect 5 millilitres of saliva, which is actually a bit harder than it sounds, because 5 millilitres is actually quite a lot. Then you send it back to us, it goes to the lab, and that's where we extract your DNA. But that's not where it ends, because once we've done that, we need everyone else to get on board. Because what's really important to know is that not everybody who fills in that questionnaire will be asked to donate DNA. We can't tell you why this is, because for scientific reasons, we cannot be seen to be directing you into what answers you need to give us so that we ask for your DNA. When we get the results from this study, they are going to be poring over them, and we know who they are. We don't want anybody going over these results and looking for faults in who we've selected. So we have to be really, really strict. But we know that everybody that is taking part has ME, and this is never ever called into question. And it's really important that everybody understands that, because we really do want to make people feel valued, whatever they've done. And as I said, we're also collecting information in this questionnaire, which has never been done on this scale before. And everyone's answers, whether or not you donate DNA, will form part of that data set. So please, please do sign up and do complete that questionnaire. But then, as I said, that's not where it stops. Because you might not meet the criteria. You might not be over 16. You might not live in the UK. You might not have a diagnosis yet. 25,000 people is a lot of people. It sounds great when we're talking about research, much needed research into ME, but actually 25,000 people signing up, going through this process, it's a huge number. We opened the study last month and we've already had over 18,000 people sign up. And we've had over 14,000 of those that have completed the questionnaire. But we need 25,000 samples. So you can all understand the scale of this study and what we all need you to do as well to help. So, I've got some ideas here about what you can do. I'm a bit evangelical about all this, so do bear with me. So, share on social media. Social media, we have had the biggest number of sign-ups from Facebook. It is so valuable, social media. We have a resources page on our website called Ways to Share. We have images, text you can copy and paste. We've got leaflets that you can download, posters that you can print off and put up in the co-op. Just publicise it, use these resources, we've put them together so that people can help us. One of the other things we have on the page is we have a downloadable info sheet specifically written for doctors. So you can download it and email it to your doctor's surgery. Tell your doctor how this condition affects your life and how important it is that you'll get research. And ask your doctor to share that with other patients that he knows who has ME. One thing that one of our PPI members did is he wrote to the letters page in his local newspaper and it got printed. And the reason that this is so good is it's excellent publicity. It reaches people who aren't online, who aren't on social media, and people who don't necessarily identify as being part of this ME community that some of us feel we're part of. And then this is what I do, and I do genuinely do this. Speak to everybody that you know about how exciting this study is. I literally tell everybody. I don't wear this t-shirt everywhere, but I do tell everyone. I mentioned it to a receptionist somewhere I was recently, and it turned out that she had a friend who had ME. And she said she was going to tell her friend. And I even took a post-it and wrote down the website address, not leaving anything to chance. You would honestly, it's 250,000 plus of us in this country. We don't know who they all are, but we need to reach them. So, the main takeaway I'd like you to have today is that we have been given £3.2 million worth of funding to do this research. It's a fraction of what we need, it's a fraction of what we deserve. But this research is happening now. Decode ME is good, robust biomedical research, and we all need to support it. And that's by taking part, encouraging others to take part, and by supporting the Decode ME team. Because many of this team, they have ME themselves, or they're like me, and they're looking after someone with ME. And we have been working flat out for 2 years to get this study off the ground, and we really need and value your support. We're all here today to demand more funding for ME research. And as I said, this is research that is actually happening now. And it needs people like you, it needs people all across the UK to take part. So I just want you to say, please do sign up, talk about the study, and spread the word. I've got the microphone, I'm not letting go. So I just wanted to say, I've brought some leaflets with me. I've got hundreds of leaflets. This is what you can download off the website, but I've also got these leaflets here. So when the speeches are finished, when we've got a break, come over, grab some leaflets, take them home, give them out, leave them somewhere where they'll be helpful. Or just come over, ask me questions about Decode ME. I'm not rushing off. And just come and say hi. if you know me. Alright, thank you.